So it's raining pretty hard here in Williamsville this morning, and I'm assuming it is downtown. It's supposed to rain most of the day. As a result, unfortunately, fitness classes here in Williamsville have been canceled. As you know, they're held outside in the tent, and it's wet, so we decided to cancel those. Lunch here in Williamsville has also been canceled, and then dinners here in Williamsville at the clubhouse as well, and down at Gate Circle will be pending. So we'll see what the weather's going to do, and by mid-afternoon we will get the word out to everybody that has reservations. If you hear from us, our protocol is if you hear from us, if you have a reservation, then it's to take your order because it's been canceled. If you don't hear from us, then it hasn't been canceled. So if it's just lightly raining, chances are we will do dinners. If it's raining a lot, or certainly if there are storms, chances are we won't. So we've been very, very fortunate so far. In the almost 3 weeks that we've been doing dining through the tents, I think we've had to cancel twice. So that's a pretty good record, and hopefully that'll continue. One of the things many of you probably saw that regularly read the paper is yesterday one of the feature articles was something that I've been talking about here, which is the ongoing testing challenges, not only having enough testing and being able to get those tests on a timely basis, even here in Western New York. So there was a big article on the challenges locally, the challenges even that Kaleida Health is having, being able to accommodate the amount of testing requirements that they're being inundated with. So I say that just kind of an FYI that we're not here on an island, even though we are and have been doing well here in Western New York for a month and a half now, almost 2 months, in terms of keeping our cases relatively low on a day-to-day basis, and that's a reflection of the state as well. We're not on an island here, and so what's happening in the rest of the country certainly does affect us and will continue to, and we just hope that we can go for as long as possible with a relatively low infection rate. One of the main things I want to talk about today is to highlight 3 individual people. Every year, Canterbury Woods, which is part of the Western New York Association, Western New York Leading Age. Leading Age is our statewide, and it's also a national agency. It's an advocacy agency. It's a benchmarking agency. It's an agency that we use both at the statewide and the national level to advocate for CCRCs and nursing homes and assisted living and affordable housing, everything that we do for the betterment of the state, society, ourselves. So whether it be legislation or other things, and they're a huge international body that we belong to. Here in Western New York, every year, as part of what we do locally, is we nominate 2 employees of the month and 2 employees of the year and 1 volunteer of the year for all of Canterbury Woods, and that includes Gate Circle. And traditionally, about this time of year, all of the nonprofit nursing homes and retirement communities and assisted living organizations come together. We have a huge banquet in Clarence, and at I can't think of the place off the top of my head. Huge banquet hall in Clarence, and it's a wonderful event, and we get to celebrate not only our organizational employees of the year and volunteer of the year, but those from the other organizations throughout Western New York. So it's a real wonderful event, celebrating community, celebrating the dedication of folks that work and volunteer. So unfortunately this year, we can't do that. So we're going to do our own celebration. We certainly still have employees of the year. I'm going to talk about them in a minute. And a volunteer of the year. We're going to do a little celebration here in the month of August and have them outside at the tent at the clubhouse and do a small celebration and do the best we can. So first I want to highlight and thank our volunteer of the year. Dr. Judy Duchan. Dr. Duchan and her husband, Alan Duchan, Dr. Alan Duchan, are residents at Gate Circle, and they are and continue to be one of the first residents to sign up for Gate Circle. I feel like they were with us from the beginning in terms of making that move and deciding that Gate Circle was a place that they wanted to be. I believe that they moved in the first day it opened in 2017, or certainly the first week. They were certainly part of the opening ceremony. Both of them, both Judy and Alan, were with us when we were advocating the passing of Canterbury Woods with the city of Buffalo, and they were at Buffalo Planning Board meetings and so on and so forth. So they have been part of the process of Canterbury Woods Gate Circle probably since 2014, maybe. They were at all the meetings that we had at the Buffalo Club when we were talking about the concepts and putting it all together. And you know, one of the things that I remember is in talking to those original residents and talking to them about what their community would be, and constantly saying to them, you know, the community is going to be how you define it from a cultural standpoint, from a resident standpoint. Canterbury Woods kind of provides the shell, and then the residents do the rest. And certainly Judy and Alan have been paramount to that as foundational residents at Canterbury Woods. Gate Circle, Dr. Duchan was original member from a Gate Circle, representative of the resident council, which meets here in Williamsville. And she also has organized many resident groups, including their own kind of offshoot of the resident council that they have there at Gate Circle that talks about specific Gate Circle issues. I mean, she has been from day one just a tremendous advocate for the residents at Gate Circle, the community at Gate Circle, and also a tremendous advocate for the employees at Gate Circle, which has been tremendous and much appreciated. I mean, her and I have had certainly some great discussions over the last several years. But it's wonderful because I think that we're learning together. So, you know, congratulations to Dr. Duchan. Couldn't be a better representative of Canterbury Woods, and certainly Canterbury Woods Gate Circle as our volunteer of the year. Our staff employees of the year, which there are two, and again, it goes back to when people say to me why, or people comment to me how wonderful Canterbury Woods is. And invariably it comes back to because of the quality of our staff. And I could not agree more. It's absolutely true. We are so fortunate to have such wonderful staff members here. It's those staff members that are dedicated to serving the residents at the level that we strive each and every day to serve our residents. It's those staff members that are the reason that so far we are COVID-free. And their dedication to being safe, to keeping the residents safe, has been tremendous through this entire pandemic so far. So first, I want to congratulate Jen Stasio. Jen is a physical therapy aide in Oxford, skilled nursing. She's also a CNA. Jen has been with us for 16 years. She still looks like she's 30 years old, so maybe she is. Maybe she started at 14, I don't know, you'll have to ask her. But she's been here, again, 16 years. She is certainly, and she's described by her peers as compassionate, dedicated, teamwork-oriented, genuinely kind and patient. If you see Jen, she's very bubbly, she's very outgoing. She certainly adds that quality of just energy and positiveness, and you know, she works with a lot of the residents down in Oxford that are going through therapy and helping them walk and helping them do those daily tasks that for residents, and especially older residents who are going through therapy, can be very difficult. And Jen, in her very unique way, her very positive way, can motivate them through a physical therapy session like, a few people I've seen. So congratulations to Jen. Also Sabrina Jordan. So Sabrina is one of our cooks. Sabrina mostly it cooks for Oxford, but certainly multitasks. Sabrina's been here for 12 years, so almost as long as I've been here. And if you know Sabrina, certainly I've known her for those 12 years. She always has a smile on her face. She always has a positive kind of vibe about her. It's always a pleasure to talk to her. Her peers would say that she projects joy in her work every day. She is always smiling, and she genuinely cares about the service of meals, the quality of the meals, the taste, the texture, all of those things, especially when you're cooking for long-term care residents, assisted living, and skilled nursing residents. You have to be creative because of the challenges of taste and texture sometimes, and the challenges of how the medication kind of interrupts that genuine feeling of eating and so on. And so we know that Sabrina takes a tremendous amount of pride in carrying through those for the residents that she serves through being a cook and through delivering meals. She treats everybody with respect, everybody with kindness. She's a treasure. And again, like I said, one of the reasons that Canterbury Woods does such a fantastic job in caring for our residents. So congratulations to Dr. Judy Duchamp as our Volunteer of the Year, and Jen Stasio and Sabrina Jordan both as our Employees of the Year. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you back here on Friday.